The word itself was originally a Christian term for non-Christian, and it's used in the 4th century, let's say. It's likely derived from the word paganus, meaning villager or country dweller. And it was like a word which was used to describe non-Christian religions, predominantly Greek and Roman, which were seen as problematic because from Christian theological perspective, because of the lack of doctrine, false nature of gods, that those pagan gods were actually only ephemeris kings, demons, false deities, and so on. And also pagans were accused of idolatry, which is a critique rooted in Old Testament very much, and also from like moral suspicion that they are lacking correct moral. In Middle Ages, to this base for the critique of pagans was also added during the times of witch trials, accusation of practice of folk magic, pacting with the evil, sexual deviance, and also flying. Paganism, from Christian theological perspective, was seen like negative other. And as was time going on, and the original pagans were actually long centuries gone, it was also applied to pagan Slav, pagan Balts, Muslims, even Buddhists, Native Americans, and so on. It was basically used to define what is Christianity, not. In Renaissance and Romanticism, their understanding of what is paganism started to slightly change. Renaissance of revival or retrowave, we could call it, of Greco-Roman culture as a interesting pagan heritage, for example, in art, culture, and so on. And in Romanticism, we saw another sort of positive reinterpretation of paganism as an ancient religious tradition of European people, which was preserved in folklore and nationalistic culture. We started to see tendencies to glorify pagan past, and nevertheless, paganism was still seen as a primitive in comparison to Christianity. It was like the first evolutionary state of religion which got perfect with Christianity. And actually this point of view was also basic for first religious studies scholar, which later started to study mythology and compare, I don't know, Indian mythologies with Slavic, Roman, and so on, etc.